again, there really isn't much else I can add to it other than you just need to pick and choose where you talk about that stuff. And on a major network for an NHL team, it's not somewhere you do that. I think, but like I said though, he's gonna probably talk a lot about it when he gets his podcast because you have a lot more reign to talk about things like that. There's not as many constraints on you. I don't know what free speech laws are like in Canada, but he's going to be a lot more loose now that he's on the podcasting.
Well, there's no doubt about that. Oh yeah, there's no doubt about that.
The bevy of but we're going to talk about this obviously with Mike Santos too, and as he gives us some more additional news about what's going on around the NHL, so we can kind of shift our focus back more to what's the game being played on the ice rather than the comments being made in the booth and off of it. So yeah, look, politics and sports can coalesce, but they don't need to coalesce on major networks like that. It just really, they don't need to, agendas should not be pushed, and I think that's what the biggest problem with Cherry was, is that he tried to push an agenda forth that a lot of viewers probably don't hold those similar sentiments. So that could be a big reason why, and obviously the network doesn't want its viewership to believe that Cherry's views reflect their views. It's not a good look for them, and I'm sure anybody else could see truth in that. It's just, it's uncalled for. Yeah,
no, I agree. I totally agree. Mm-hmm. So, but with that said, Mike should be calling in any moment, but Frank's a guy that certainly has an incredible amount of pedigree for sure. So, again, we have a lot of good guests lined up tonight, and, Mike's due up. Damon Knight will be up shortly after that, and he always has some pretty good perspectives. So,
yeah.
But anyways, why don't you take time out to talk about some of the other things that we promote on the network?
Yeah, so we have, obviously, you can visit our website at southfloridatribune.com. We have a lot of great articles on there from a myriad of contributors. Myself, I'm Louis Adio Weiss. Scott has content that he's put on there in the past. Candy Ebling, who takes a lot of photographs when Scott covers Jacksonville Jaguars games. And, she takes photographs for me when I cover Florida Atlantic football games. We have, Byron Richmond on there, Xavier McKnight, a bevy of contributors. Xavier McKnight also a regular on the show, usually our closer. He's got content on there. We also have, obviously, the Sports Exchange, which we're broadcasting to you now, which airs Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8 to 11. You can find us on iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, pretty much wherever you get your podcasts. We'll be there waiting for you to listen in and engage with us. We're on Twitter. I'm at Twitter at Adio_Lewis00. Scott is on Twitter too, he's at South Florida Tribune, Tribune South on Twitter, and Scoop3333. One more additional three.
There's five you got threes in there. A handful of them. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, but it's, these are some of the things that we got going on. Obviously, we have our baseball show, 108 Stitches. That's in the process of seeing more episodes as we go on throughout the off season, and we talk things in the world of baseball. And Scott has his show that he wants to talk about, The Real and the Rare. That's with Xavier McKnight. Motormouth and Mad Dog with Reyes. So,
we've got a pretty good lineup of shows for sure.
So, it's always good to promote them and let our listeners know what else we have going on around here at the Tribune. But with that said, Mike Santos is going to join us.
And Mike Santos is on the line. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Welcome back to the Sports Exchange. Glad to have you with us. Thank you.
Great to be with you, Scott.
All right, anyways, we'll readdress the Don Cherry situation, but there's a new wrinkle to that whole situation, and that's the fact that now Don has gone from fired, to now he has his own podcast. Go figure. How many people are going to listen to him? Did you know that?
I'm sorry, you broke up. I didn't hear you.
That's all right. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right. Anyways, Don now has his own podcast. He announced it today.
Yeah, I did see that. Interesting.
I guess we could laugh at it.
He certainly has a following. I'm sure he'll have plenty of listeners on the podcast. We'll see how often he's on there. I mean, it's a little different than a couple of minutes between periods once a week, right? So
yeah, right.
But he always has a lot to say. So we'll see if he can. We'll see if he can fill his own podcast with what he has.
Are you and I going to get laughs out of this whole thing? So last week, as for a lot of our fans to review it, the 85-year-old guy got fired for offensive comments and remarks about the immigrants therefore his 40-year broadcasting career for Hockey Night in Canada is over. How do you explain that?
Well, again, we talked about this last week, Scott.
Yeah.
What he said, I think, maybe was misinterpreted, maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
But his reference was, I believe, to you guys or something along those lines. It wasn't to any particular race, creed, or color or any type of ethnic group. He was referencing the Veterans Day, which in Canada they celebrate by wearing poppies on their coats and sweaters, and I think he referenced that you guys that don't wear poppies ought to be ashamed of yourselves.
Right.
And, but this is 2019, and we live in a politically correct society, and people interpret things different ways, and you got to be careful about everything you said. As I said last week,
right.
You might get in trouble for calling somebody a purple dinosaur these days. It's just the way it is. He's obviously 85 years old. He comes with a lot of experience from different generations, and things have changed. Sometimes we don't want to admit it, but we don't change as quickly in our ways as we get older, and we don't adapt to the things that have changed in society, and maybe that's just the case here.
Okay.
But he'll always be one of the most colorful Canadians, that's for sure. And he's a colorful player. He was probably even a more colorful coach.
Right.
And he's somebody that at least you and I grew up with in the hockey world our whole life.
Yeah, didn't we? I mean, being from the Detroit area, I went ahead and watched Hockey Night in Canada, and I enjoyed watching it. It was pretty neat. Being in Detroit, we have the ability to, see the Red Wings, and then, of course, you had across the Detroit River, you can follow the CFL/NHL, whatever. I remember those good old days when we got to see the Montreal Canadiens and the Toronto Maple Leafs on CBC. It was a pretty interesting time. I think. What's that?
I had the opportunity of growing up in Boston as a young kid while he was the coach of the Boston Bruins.
Yeah. There you go.
He played one NHL game. I don't know if folks know this, but he played one NHL game in his playing career, and it was for the Boston Bruins. But he had some rough and tumble teams when he coached the club. And Terry O'Reilly and Stan Jonathan and John Wensink, and that was his style. And even the game has changed. It's not the style of game. It certainly don't have the fisticuffs that you once did.
Right.
And so it's we all have our time, and we all have our time when it passes us by. And maybe that's started to happen for him, or it's already happened.
Yeah. One last thought on it. How do you think that podcast of his will do?
I'll tune in initially. I'm sure there'll be many others that will as well. But again, I mean, this is the guy now for virtually his entire broadcasting career, 40 years,
right,
has had to fill 1 to 2 minute segments between periods once a week, and I think that as a host of a podcast, you've got to fill a lot more than just giving your opinion. You've got to have guests. You've got to have good questions, and you've got to have information if it's going to work in the long run. Having a stick and wearing colorful clothing probably isn't going to carry it too far.
Okay. Now let's talk about some of the current teams in the league. St. Louis Blues are first place in the Western Conference. They remain there, 29 points. Defending champions don't look too bad going into Thanksgiving.
No, they picked up right where they left off last year. I mean, last year they got off to a slow start, but the second half of the year, of course, right through the playoffs, they were the team, and they deserved to win the Stanley Cup. But they look that way again, and it starts in goal for sure. But it also, I think, starts with that big defense they have in front of them. So when you can take care of your back end the way they do. And you've got a guy now like Binnington who's got that pressure Stanley Cup experience behind him. He's been the winning goaltender on a Stanley Cup team. And then you put guys like Bertuzzo, the veteran O'Meester, who made South Florida, remember, in front of them, veteran guys like that, and then you fill in with guys like even another veteran, Justin Falk, and then of course you've got one of the best defensemen in the league in Alex Pietrangelo, their captain. They're tough to score on. They play a big, heavy game, and they're two guys you would expect to lead them up front in scoring. Peralta and O'Reilly are doing it. And I guess what will have to be seen is how much they miss Tarasenko, who might be lost for the whole season. We'll have to see. But they're right there, and they're going to be there, I think, right to the end.
Okay. Let's talk about the Columbus Blue Jackets. They remain in 7th place in the Eastern Conference Metropolitan Division with 18 points. John Tortorella has a tough coaching job ahead of him, knowing he's lost some people.
Yeah. It's going to be a tough road to hoe for these guys. But if there's one guy that can make chicken salad out of chicken, let's just say, I think he's the guy. But you just don't recover from losing a goalie like Bobrovsky, first of all.
Right.
You don't need good goaltending in the NHL. You need great goaltending.
That's true.
And when you have a guy that's a perennial Vezina Trophy candidate, and arguably the best or one of the top goalies in the league, I mean that's pretty tough to overcome. And then of course they lost to Shane up front again, one of the more talented forwards. They still have some talent up there, but Cam Atkinson, who I love, is a small guy. They're going to have to get Sonny Milano, another guy who's got a lot of talent, a smaller guy, and I just don't think they're going to score enough to overcome losing a goalie out, like they did. They're going to need more scoring. Nyquist I think can only do so much, and their big offensive guy in the blue line is going to be Jones. And although he's terrific, I don't think you can expect more than maybe 7, 8, 9 goals out of him.
Okay. Let's talk the Tampa Bay Lightning. Obviously, they're struggling. Team that you're all too familiar with.
Yeah, I obviously am very familiar with them, and watch a lot of their games. The media around here obviously is wondering what's going on. This is a team that's 120-point team from last season, and this year they just can't get it going. Some people think it's a change in the front office, not only with Julian Breezebach stepping up, but when you lose a guy like Steve Yzerman, it's one thing. When you lose a guy like Steve Yzerman and some of his top lieutenants like they did, that's another thing. And there's some guys that are going to fill some big shoes, not only in the front office but on the ice.
Right.
You're never going to go wrong when you have a guy like Stamkos and Kucherov.
Right.
I mean, they can score with the best of them, but even the two of them are not where you'd expect them to be offensively so far this year. And surprisingly, for a team that has as much offensive talent as that, they've only got one player with 20 points so far this year, and that's Stamkos. And he, for himself, only has 7 goals. And that's not what you expect out of Steven Stamkos. It's certainly not what you expect out of Kucherov, who only has 6 goals. Their D is okay. They picked up Kevin Shattenkirk, who the Rangers released, and he's helped out, given them some real good depth. Actually played more to his potential this year than he has with the Rangers in the last couple of years. Of course, you've got an all-star in Victor Hedman back there, and their goaltending is okay. basketball skater who played as well